in the middle is Cam. How are you guys doing?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing all right. It's a little chilly today.
How cold is it?
I think it's like 50. Um, so first topic here we got today is lighthearted. It's about vacation and traveling. Since COVID's going away, I was just kind of curious to see what you guys had planned for the summer, even the fall. If you guys have any trips going on, we could start with Kiro.
Alright, well, I mean, I'm going to that Denver trip coming up soon. That's gonna be fun. I'm excited for
Okay.
that. And then I
What do
think
you plan on doing in Denver?
we're kind of just going there because it's a place that the girlfriend hasn't been, and we're going to use that as like one of her 50 states to check off. And it's a quick little, relatively inexpensive trip we can do. The big one's
Okay.
gonna be with you later, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Cam, what about you?
Wait, you guys are traveling together?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna go to. I think we're going to Cali, right?
Yup, San
I'm not
Francisco.
sure where, but we're going to Cali.
San
Ooh,
Francisco, baby.
damn, that's gonna be a fun trip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I had plans, I guess, from like my last year, from when I graduated. I had my like Euro trip that I had planned, and it got moved to this year. But
Okay.
I'm guessing it'll be canceled again because not a lot of like countries have shit open. You know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
guessing it won't be like we're working out. Um,
Um. Go ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to cut
Nah,
you off.
like no, you're good. I'm just hoping to get my money back, bro. I worked like a year and a half for it, and like I paid for all the whole trip, so I'm like hoping I get it back, but you never know.
Bro, Americans aren't
Right.
allowed to go anywhere, dude. We're barred from
That's
like
true.
every country in Europe, dude. It's
Damn,
rough.
it's all right. Good thing I'm not American.
Like we can't go anywhere, dude.
Um. So I wanted to ask you both too. Are there like, besides the trips you have planned, is there anywhere that you would like to go in the future? Like besides what you already have planned, which is in the future, but besides that, like next year or something. Like out of country, doesn't matter. You pick wherever. And like why? Why would you want to go there?
Japan.
Okay. Okay, why do you
Wait,
want to go to Japan though?
there's a
uh,
lot of questions.
I mean, there's a lot of reasons that may or may not be known by certain people, but the girlfriend wants to go, and I think Japan's like a
Okay.
beautiful place. You have a lot of like different climates you get to explore. That'll be cool.
So there's like no
Okay.
second,
Would
like
you want to go to like a city or would you stick to like out of the city, I guess is the question.
I mean, it's Japan, so obviously you're gonna go to a city,
Yeah. But
but
like I don't know much about Japan, but like what can you do outside of the city there?
I have no idea, honestly. It'll be fun to find out.
so have you been thinking about like Tokyo or like where?
We'd probably hit Tokyo. I know her dad's been there because he was in the military. So, and he said he really
Okay.
enjoyed Japan. He enjoyed Japan. He really enjoyed Korea. He had a lot of fun in Korea. And so she kind of wants to go over there and like experience what he got to experience when she was a little kid.
Right.
But it's not like fully fleshed out. It's just that's like the big vacation I want to take her on is heading over there to like the Asian area of the world.
Okay. What about you, Cam? Anything specific like that you would want to take? I mean, I know you have a girlfriend too. Like anywhere you would want to go with her or that she wants to go?
Why did that sentence seem so sad, Glenn?
Because I'm the only single one in this call.
Forever alone.
It's okay, Glenn. We'll get
So,
there for you one day.
yeah.
Maybe you need a guy. Who knows?
Maybe.
No,
But I mean,
no,
like,
no, no, no.
I mean, I know you've been friends with Danny for a while, you know.
Bro, no way, dude.
That's
He's
funny.
down there in your state right now having a grand old time with his
Yeah,
work stuff, so
he's in Dallas right now.
yeah.
Yeah, he keeps sending me pornographic videos on Snapchat.
Oh my god.
But no, what's it called? Any place I would like to go to. Well, obviously, if we're doing for like the girlfriend, so the girlfriend actually goes to Greece when her semester starts.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's doing a year. But anywhere I would like to visit, I've always wanted to go to like London. I've never been there.
You.
Um, I've never been there, and then also like my school offers it as a transfer location for Oxford, so even though it's like an hour away, I mean that's not bad.
Okay.
But that's about it. Like any other place that I would like to go to, maybe somewhere like I guess I would like to go back to Sweden. Sweden's very nice. So yeah.
I do forget that you have traveled probably more than most of us out of the country, I think. I've never been out of that
No.
country besides to Canada, and that doesn't count because it's Canada. So,
Like
and
nowhere
it's
else?
literally like a 30-minute drive for me to get to Canada from here.
My favorite
Um,
place I've been to outside of the country is the Bahamas, if I'm being honest.
okay.
Like it was, dude. Like okay, so I've been to like both coasts, and I've been to a lot of different beaches, and they're cool and all, but like nothing ever compares to like the greenish blue color of the Bahamas water. Like I don't know what it is about it. It's awesome.
No, I like the way that. So the reason I'm asking you guys is because I haven't been able to travel a lot. My family never took trips because we had two houses, and so that kind of takes a toll on the income a little bit. But I wanted to ask you guys for recommendations for me. What do you think I'd like? I like warm weather. Um,
The Bahamas for sure, and it's relatively cheap compared to like flying overseas.
Or
okay,
Cancun.
Cancun,
You know.
the
Yes and no.
Mediterranean.
Or Tulum.
okay. Um, I'm trying to think. So this summer, I'm obviously going to Cali with you.
Hmm.
Hopefully, I think I'm going to Florida. I mean, Florida's nothing like it's nothing special. I've been there like once in my life, but um, have you been to Florida at all or no?
I have.
Yeah, either of you?
Yeah, yeah,
Where did you guys go?
yeah. I went to like I went to Miami and I've been to Destin. Um, when I
How did
was
you like Destin? Because that was like one of the places I might be going.
like the beaches in Destin are very like clean. Um,
Okay.
I don't know, like I thought it was really nice, especially like well, it's like an 11-hour drive, but the beaches are definitely really nice and clean, and like there's not that many people there. If you choose like the correct time to go, I guess. If you go at the bad time, then no, then it'll definitely be full.
Okay. I don't know how far of a drive it is for me. It's a little longer than that,
Probably
I
like
believe.
19 hours. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, because it's not the full like all the way down the handle of Florida, but okay. Moving on here, I wanted to dive into this because this is something that kind of affects us more than our parents, obviously. But I wanted to ask you guys how you feel about social media and how it affects our society today and like how it's changed everything.
Okay.
So we'll start with Kiro because he has beliefs on this stuff. So
Okay.
you can
So
go first.
I hate social media personally. You both liked Counter Strike at one point in your lives, right? So you guys know who Richard Lewis is.
Mhm.
The views that he has on social media, I agree with like wholeheartedly. I think it's a problem, and I think it's fucked up. Like our generation, the generation under us, and maybe even like the generation above us, mentally, like almost irreparably. Like we're gonna feel these effects 3 generations after we've been gone. You know what I mean? You got like,
I yeah.
now you go.
I say I'm saying I agree with you because I don't know. I think it's twisted the way people view the world in a negative way, if that makes sense.
Well, it's just like everything about it is designed to make you feel like you're playing a single player game. Like advertisements, your feeds, everything is always catered to you based on what the algorithm thinks you want to see. So you
Yeah.
get locked in these echo chambers, like Reddit's terrible for it, and where everybody has the same opinion. And so you get used to everybody having the same opinion, and all of a sudden somebody else comes along and is like, I have the other opinion, and it's like, no, no, pitchforks.
That's wrong.
Let's get rid of
Yeah.
that guy. And it's like you need conflict to grow as a society, and social media, like at its core, is trying to segregate everybody into their own little funnels that they feel comfortable in. And so you remove the
Right.
conflict, and it in turn makes the actual conflict like dangerous, if that makes sense. Like you have a bad
Okay.
opinion on Twitter, and 100,000 people are going to be DMing you. You should, kill yourself, or you're worthless, and things like that. And let's say there's certain women out there, like young adults, young teenagers who follow like Kim Kardashian or any of those like influencers, and they see the way that they're living, and they think that that's the way we're all supposed to be living, and that's like the status quo. Because you only ever post the good things on social media. You don't post the bad things. You don't post your down bad moments. You only ever post, I just bought a new car. Look at me wearing my fucking Louis Vuitton belt that I just bought for $2,000. And everybody's aspiring to be this like image of themselves that they never could ever be. And just the mental illness is rampant. People are like depressed, anxious, like everybody's jealous of everybody else, man. I feel like social media is awful.
Okay. What's your take?
For
You're the youngest one here.
I am the youngest one here, but not by that much. Uh, so yeah, definitely agree with like the whole concept of like social media is definitely putting a very high, like it's putting people, all these influencers on like high pedestals on like, oh, you're 20 and you don't have a house already, like shit, you've failed at life. um like all these people have like these massive houses and they show everything off, but like at the same time I think social media is actually like a lot better. It definitely has opened up for a bigger wide range on viewing um men's health and like I guess all the stuff that are hidden behind like bars, I guess, like when you go to another country and stuff like that, and things that you're not supposed to see, it definitely gets exposed a lot easier. Um, definitely, I understand how you put it that things shouldn't be putting people on pedestal and all these different opinions and stuff are being different, but at the same time, um, I think the whole voicing of different opinions is it lets people have like their own, I guess, concept of the whole like reality if they just sit back and like read both sides. Um, the one thing I do not like about social media is how we act when people like pass away or shit like that. Like obviously, I, I have to bring it up. I even told Glenn about it. Like fucking, is it Prince Philip
Yeah.
died?
Yeah.
Like the Queen's gonna go on Hot Girl Summer and like everyone's sliding into her DMs and shit and like posting it. It's like, bro, like those type of shit. Like I don't really want to watch, and like that's not something that like that's not what social media should be used for. But then again, it's pretty funny. Uh, like I mean, shit. If I was sliding into the Queen's DMs, like,
Oh my god.
but yeah, on both sides, like I see it. It definitely has brought a lot more awareness to a lot of more like the case sensitive stuff that obviously I'll bring up the men's health because like that's something that I've like looked into and stuff. And I've dealt with some of those things. So like online, and it really brings out how like what percentage of suicides are men, and like what also women go through on a daily basis. Apparently, the new data that came out is 97% of women are sexually assaulted in their life in one way or another.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it definitely brings out all these things that you never knew or like thought about before. So I think it's definitely like impressive. But I agree on like the whole like pitchforks at someone else's opinion.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to clarify
Yeah.
too, in case it didn't come across in my little rant.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm all for having different opinions. I feel like social media prevents that. That's the big thing because of like the funnels, like the little echo chambers that it creates. Like I think that all those things you brought up are super important and they need to be talked about, like men's health and the struggles that women have to deal with in the society that we've created. The problem is you can take those to an extreme, like men's health, and you know where I'm going with this one. You get those like really creepy dudes who are like all about what is it? It's like men going their own way, MGTOW, and they almost like turn it into an extremist point of view where like women are evil and that's how you get incels and all that. And they're trapped in this echo chamber on social media platforms like Twitter and Reddit where they only see feeds that, other people who agree like they do say, and it causes more mental harm I think than it helps. So all these awesome things you're bringing up that we're being able to see, like the Hong Kong protests, which are still going on right now. Let's not forget about Hong Kong. But we get to see that stuff, but at the same time, you kind of have to go out of your way to use social media in a good way, to like, see news and to expand your horizons. But a majority of people out there aren't using it to expand their horizons. They're using it to feed their ego and, just become more obsessed with themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I agree.
I agree with you there. I'll give you my take on it. I pretty much like agree with both of you guys. The whole opinion thing, like it does sometimes make it out to be like if someone else comes in with another opinion, it's just all wrong and like it's just the be all end all type deal. I don't like that. I like that we can use it for news. Like it's a quick, good way to get news. Like I follow Sports Center and all that stuff to get my sports news, right? But when you start getting those fake news websites and platforms on there, and people start believing that crazy shit that people post that it's fake, like that's also another issue.
5G
I feel like.
towers.
What?
Like, how often do you guys run across like fake news and stuff? Do you think when you are on social media?
I'm a bad person to ask because I just don't use social media. So toss that to Kim.
Uh,
Well,
yeah.
I would even count social media as like YouTube too, and like Twitch
True.
and anything like that.
Um,
So
I don't know, like fake news. There's a lot of, I guess, false spread of a lot of things. Most of the times you will encounter it is like on some other websites. Obviously, they have all these fact checkers now. But before it was definitely so like super easy, specifically on like Facebook during the Trump elections of 2016. You would find a lot
yeah,
of fake news on both sides. Obviously, there's been things that are done to like stop that, but before it was like super easy. You could find all these YouTube videos, like on your feed of these people that would like not just fake news, but like the how to make 30 grand in 20 minutes, and it's all these like pyramid schemes that you're joining, and it's just like all
yeah,
these fake things that shouldn't exist, you know?
Oh, dude, it's
yeah,
awful, bro. Like,
Yeah. What 10 companies you should invest in, and then it's just for them to be able to pull out like a great margin of stock just when you like invest. Obviously, like, oh, the whole stock market stuff that just happened with GameStop. Obviously, that's
yeah.
not fake news, but like that's a definite abusement of those for
That's
other
even
people to.
abusement of like social media. Yeah,
Yeah.
nah, dude, you want to bring
like
it up? I know I was into this because I have a friend who he made a sizable amount of money off of GameStop, and I made a little bit too. If you do your due diligence, you learn the right facts and what was going on. But what was happening that was a problem, and I think it was illegal, but I don't know enough to like say 100% was illegal. Is you had the hard fact that the GameStop was being shorted by these hedge funds that have lots and lots of money, like billions of dollars, and by buying GameStop and holding it, you were basically forcing the price to go up because they had to get rid of those shorts that they had, right? Well, hedge funds were going out there with their billions of dollars and their PR departments, and they were creating fake Reddit accounts to go on Wall Street bets. They were going on news outlets. They were putting up Facebook posts about how the gamma squeeze already happened and how GameStop is no longer going to go to the moon and like you need to hop out. Now's the time to sell. And for a little while, it actually worked, and it drove the price of GameStop stock down to like $50 because it was at like 400, and then they started
right.
this social media campaign and they drove the price down to like $50. And I don't know if you saw, but recently it had another upswing and it went right back up to where it was going to be because this isn't fake. This isn't like a bunch of redditors somehow manipulating the market. Like they were just using the market against itself and understanding how shorts work and that you have a time frame in which you have to sell the stock that you have, and if you don't, like, you eat the price. And so they're basically forced to buy whatever stock is available at the price that it's going for, right? And
Right.
these giant companies went in and like hard manipulated everybody on social media to try and save themselves. They failed, but they still tried to manipulate the market, and I'm pretty sure that's against SEC regulations. But have we seen
Yeah.
anything come of that? No.
Yeah, no, I,
Um
I get that too.
Do you guys think because we have so many influencers now, right? Um whatever you want to call you call them Instagram models, whatever. Like whatever you want to call them. Do you think that paints like an image for like every girl or guy like I have to look like that and then they get insecure with themselves? Do you think that like contributes to that?
Hell yeah.
So for girls, I mean, I want to be honest with you. How many OnlyFans like thoughts are in? Okay, I'm sorry. I can't say thoughts.
I mean, you can
How
say
many?
whatever you want, dude. Fuck it.
How many OnlyFans women, not thoughts. How many OnlyFans women like will go on there for like and make 6 million for feet pics?
I mean, fuck it,
Or
dude.
Yeah.
100,000. Like,
bro, bad baby. She opened it
oh,
for 6 hours. She made like a couple million.
mm-hmm.
It's like and like obviously it was like soft porn, but like still, people are paying money for those things when they're like free online, and then
Yeah.
but like it's making the girls have life on easy mode. Like, I mean, I don't know. That's my opinion. Like, why would anyone pay for fucking bad babies nudes? Oh, I don't know. It's because like these people have been obsessed with her before she was 18, and now that she turned 18, she opens it for a couple hours on April 1st, and she makes millions of dollars just because of people trying to look at her in a bikini. Yeah, like I don't understand like why they do that. And then influencers for guys, like we have like Jake Paul who's still floating around. Logan
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Paul. Yeah, Logan Paul, even though, his channel should have died. I can't make that comment that I was gonna make, but his channel definitely should have died a while back ago. He's definitely turned things around, but it's making
He's
people. Hmm?
yeah, he's got that really popular podcast now
Yeah, so
too. Impulsive.
yeah, it's a good podcast. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
he's turned things around from like when the channel should have died after the whole Japan situation, but um, I personally think that you know it's making people think that life is so much easier than it should be, but like that's like a 1 in a million chance you'll become an influencer, and then even then that you're able to sustain it for that long is even harder.
I think the biggest problem with like influencers, and this is mostly about women, is like how fake their pictures are.
Right.
That shit annoys me. Like, bro, I can see the grill of the car you're standing in front of bending because you enlarged your hips. Like, I can see it in the picture.
Yeah, it's
It's pretty obvious.
and angles, bro. Like everyone looks good at different angles, and like
Lighting,
Shit,
makeup.
if I could
lighting.
find my angle, I will be posting feet pics everywhere. But
I
I
just
can't do
think
that.
it puts and that's the part I was getting at. I think it just puts this like idea in people's heads that like, oh, I have to look that way or I'm, not valid, you know what I mean? Or like for example, for girls,
Wow.
like guys, like us, like not saying it's us, but like guys, like any guy looks at an Instagram model and then thinks like, oh, like you know, I deserve a girl that has that many followers and is that attractive and all that stuff, and um,
And has like a perfect body and
yeah, and like in reality, that's not like it's not even like half the bet. Like you want a good personality. Like I don't know about you guys, but that's what I want. You gotta
yeah,
admire your girlfriend the way in the looks way, obviously, but like you also want the personality, right?
yeah,
So
you
like
can't.
it's like a half and half for me, to be honest.
Yeah, no,
Bro,
you can't like not get what you know what I mean? Like you need to
Yeah.
have a good balance and you can't have a perfect fucking 10 out of 10 model.
it's just like the thing that irritates me is I'm all for like let's take the gym fitness girls that you see all over Instagram. Like there's a gajillion of them.
Right.
From 1,000
Body
followers to a
positivity
million.
is fine, right?
I'm all for like look at
Yeah.
me being as fit as I possibly can. Because I'm like
Right.
super big on health and pushing it for everybody. Because like it's a big thing. That's a whole other conversation. But the part that starts to irritate me is that the influencers never put it in a good way. It's never, look at all this hard work I'm doing. I'm going to the gym like, 5 times a week. Like I'm squatting, heavy weight. I'm doing cardio. No, it's always like, check out this essential oil that, if you
Right.
smell it 3 times a day for 15 minutes, you'll lose 15 pounds in 2 years or something. Or like, look at my new waist trainer. Like, come buy this waist trainer for $65. I won't tell you that it causes like, problems with your lungs and your kidneys, but it'll make you have a slimmer waist, you know what I mean? Like it's never like
Right.
they always have the opportunity to add to the world and to like make the world a better place, and like 9 times out of 10 all these influencers are not going to do that. They're just going to find a way to like capitalize on the followers.
Profit, make more
Exactly.
money, get more followers.
Mhm.
Yeah. Get people to subscribe to OnlyFans or whatever, YouTube,
Or those
etc.
deep
Right?
fakes, bro.
Like it's hard, bro.
Um,
It's hard. If you want to look like that, like you have to limit. If you're a woman, you have to limit your calorie intake to like 1,200 calories a day. You need to do cardio like almost every day, if not every other day. You need to go to the gym. You need to lift. You have to eat very specific foods. Like it's hard to look like that,
yeah.
and I'm
Yeah,
No,
I'm
very
sure, dude.
proud of you for looking that
yeah.
way. But
No,
don't
that's what I'm
lie.
not saying that's a bad thing to look that way, but the way they like
They announce it
use
and
it is
everything.
not the right. A lot of the time isn't the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like it should be
Exactly.
more positive, nonprofit. Like, look at me, look at my progress from this year. Or from last year to this year type deal, right?
Fuck it, dude. Make your money. I got no problem. Get in your bag. You know
And
what I'm
if you
saying?
want to promote, products, promote something that's gonna actually help people.
Exactly. Not this essential oil bullshit. Like, rub it on your tummy and you lose tummy fat. I promise. It's got avocado in it.
What is it?
um,
Sarah's Secret, whatever. Have you guys seen that on?
yeah,
Hmm.
It's like Sarah's Secret and you'll lose 40 pounds in like a
and
day,
like
and it's like, what
in
the
like
fuck?
3 weeks or something. Yeah,
Three
Bro.
weeks you'll go from 320 to like 180. It's like, no, bro.
Have you? Okay, you guys are both guys. Have you seen the ad?
Wait. Hold on. Why do you have to reaffirm that, bro?
Because it's a guy specific ad. All right.
Oh,
And I don't know about Glenn. Sometimes I'm gonna be real. Have you seen
hell
that
yeah,
the junk in the trunk that he's got, brother? Like
bro. He's got a dumpy, bro.
oh
exactly.
my god.
Have you guys seen the eat like this and in 30 days you'll gain 6 inches in height? Have you
Oh,
guys seen that
Yes,
ad, bro?
yes, yeah.
What are you talking about? Like, bro, that's your height. Like, deal with it.
And
like
it's
if you
kind
want
of
to get
crazy that people
surgery.
actually believe that shit. Like, I can't, like, if you believe that shit, I'm sorry for you. I'm gonna be honest.
or the,
Um,
or the magic pills on the hub websites.
Yup.
Take this pill, you'll grow 14 inches. It's like shit.
Do you want a horse cock?
Maybe, bro.
uh,
Maybe. Don't tease me like that. I'm already self-conscious with all these actors that have like 19-inch fucking.
Oh my god. It's tripod. They call
um,
me tripod, man. Tripod Kiro.
the other thing I was gonna bring up that relates to like people's images of people as dating apps, and I feel like this totally like ruined the dating scene completely.
Oh,
Um,
I have some personal stories on that shit, bro.
Hit us with
oh,
it.
I do
Hit us with
too.
it.
All right, me or you, Glenn?
You go first. You're the guest.
All right, bro. So obviously before I started dating my girlfriend, I had Tinder and Bumble, and I
Ugh.
paid for the Tinder Plus or whatever the fuck that for like the unlimited swipes. I went through a whole town in like 8 hours. I didn't. I only got like 4 matches. But the thing is, okay, I tried like at the end of the time that I used like Tinder or whatever. I got like let's say like in a month probably like 120 matches. Not like nothing too big. So I got like the matches or whatever. But like the thing is, like these girls want to be like first of all they want to be like goddess, not in general, but like from the text message, like the first text. Like you have to get their attention, and then I tried so hard. I pulled up all these pickup lines. I would get left on red. I would get left on okay. Or like this one time, this girl like slid up on like did the whole like she texted me first on Tinder, and I was like, damn. She wasn't that pretty, but she did go first, which got me like, as guys, like we don't really get that much attention. So when it comes to me getting attention first, I was just like, shit. So I ended up like texting her, and then I just got really bored because like it wasn't that entertaining. But I tried taking like 3 or 4 girls out like on dates, like realistic dates. That didn't work. Every time I got like stood up or just left on red. And then like when you meet someone in person, that shit doesn't even like it's not even that hard to go on a date with a person that you met already. Like
Exactly.
No, I know. I agree with you. And I mean, basically, same thing for me. Like, had Tinder, whatever, still have it. I don't use it. It's on my phone. But, um, yeah, like you meet these people, right? And it's just such an unrealistic way to get to know someone because you're swiping on looks, first of
yeah.
all, right?
So
There's no
you're
way to
looking
swipe
for
on a
like
personality, right?
yeah, no.
And like that's my main thing is like I would rather meet someone in person and get to know their personality than swipe on their looks. You know what I'm saying? Like if I feel like approaching someone because they look approachable, right? And you're like, oh, she's kind of cute, and you like go talk to her and her personality is just like a 10 out of 10. That's better for me than it is like trying to swipe through an app, and then everyone gets super picky, right? Because now you're just swiping on looks.
Yeah, but you
So you're
can't
like,
look
oh, I'm just
perfectly
gonna
for us.
swipe on like the supermodel status girls on here, and then ignore the other ones.
I know
Um,
I had a different experience, so like it's nice hearing your guys' experience.
Um, had a hookup from dating app. Wasn't great,
What? What do you
but
mean?
it
Glenn,
sucked.
Glenn had a hookup, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
when we were in Indiana, it
quick
was
story.
from Tinder, I think.
Yeah. Quick story. Okay. So we all go to Bloomington. It's like a college town. To like meet up and like have a good time because a lot of the friends group is very spread out. Like right now, like there's three of us and where I am. You know, Glenn has a couple people around him, and then we have somebody who's like across the country. And so we planned this whole thing to like all meet up finally and like have a good time. And we were out like bar hopping, and Glenn was gonna like hit on these girls, but he never did. And then we
Sounds
go
like a
back. Yeah, he's a pussy. We go back to like the place that we're staying at, and Glenn's like, "Yo, I got a Tinder match," and I was like, "Well, okay, I'm gonna be real. I don't remember what I said because I was so drunk that like I can't really remember. All I know is that he left." Because we were at the place, playing video games because it was getting late and I was about ready to crash, and
yeah.
he left, and then I passed the fuck out, and then when I woke up, he was coming back. So either he went around and just walked around alone for 3 hours, or he
I
did get
could
a Tinder match,
I could see Glenn walking around alone for a couple hours.
and he came
I
back
mean,
sadder than he left, which is not a good
Sadder?
thing. Yeah, yeah,
oh,
Glenn.
it was awful.
yeah.
That was like the end of my random hookup days, dude. In my first,
Why was it horrible though? I need the info here.
it just we didn't it was just bad. Like I'm sure Kiro's had the same issues. I'm sure he's had bad hookups.
Yeah.
It was just bad. I don't know how to describe it. Like you just don't have sexual compatibility. You're not on the same page, right? And it doesn't mean anything typically.
That's the best part.
Yeah. But like all the other stuff was just like not there for me. I don't know. It kind of sucks.
I don't know what to tell you there,
And
Glenn.
I low key was like, I was low key stuck on a girl too, but
Oh,
Loki, Loki.
is it the one that we
high
know?
key. Oh yeah, both you guys know.
Ooh, that's no bueno,
Yeah.
Glenn.
So I did that to like, I don't know, probably a bad thing to say, but
But it's alright, it happened, like
Bro, it wasn't like it wasn't just you. This other girl who hit you up on Tinder was also hitting you up for the exact same reasons. Like
yeah,
it was a mutual thing.
right. Yeah,
I don't
I
know,
mean
like
that's like the one time I. This is the one time I did that. I've had FWBs too, but like that's a little bit different. There's people I know. I'm not gonna disclose their names, but
see, I've never had that. Can't relate.
all right, so like when you guys are using Tinder, like I'm legitimately curious because I did have a different experience.
mhm.
So you'd match with somebody, right?
Yeah.
And Cam, you were talking about it. I'm actually really curious about this one. And you said you would like look up really cool pickup lines, right?
Yeah, you like search these up because you're like, shit, like I need to get this girl's attention, or else I'm not gonna get anything out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I would look them up. What about it though? Like overall.
No, like okay, so you would like you'd message them this hookup or the hookup this pickup line, right? And then would they respond? Like
So most of the time, no.
no, not even they wouldn't even respond.
No, so you like come up with the sickest pickup line you've ever done. Like fucking, not even Barney Stinson could come up with something like this,
Ooh,
and you get rejected. Like they don't even reply.
yeah, like okay, because like what I would do is I wouldn't message first. I think I
Uh,
messaged like two girls first, and all I did was say yo. But every other time, I was always being messaged first. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
I didn't give a shit. I made Tinder because my friend John, who you guys will probably see on this podcast at some point, was like, bro, you should make a Tinder. Like, I'm getting these matches. Like, I want to see what kind of matches you get. And so I made it as kind of a joke, and then I kept it for like, I don't know, 6 months over a summer period, like in beginning of spring into the summer before I met my girlfriend that I'm with now. And yeah, I just never messaged anybody. I didn't give a fuck. They had to message me. And like all the girls who messaged me, like they tried really hard to keep conversations going. Like I don't know, it sounded more like they were doing what you guys were doing. And so I thought that was kind of like the vibe that you got. And obviously you get stuck up people, and like I did get those as well. But a majority of the
Right.
time, like the people that were messaging me were like very like active. So it's like I don't know. It sucks that you guys didn't get that experience.
Like I
I
mean, I got
will.
some active that replied, but like the thing is, like after they reply, like you try to keep the combo going, or you get their snap, and once you get their snap, like I got a couple of their snaps, it's just like forehead picture, forehead picture. You're like, hey, forehead picture. Like they literally like just reply with their forehead. It was a waste of time, in my opinion.
Um.
Oh no.
Now I'm not gonna say everyone I've met on there has been awful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I've met some like genuine people on dating apps, like people that actually want to get to know you. But like 75% of the time, it's just like you message for a little bit and it's gone. And like I feel like that's just our society now. Like people want to like it's a norm. And I don't like that it's a norm because now you got people thinking that like hanging out like once every 2 weeks, but then just snapping each other is okay. You know, like that's just no way to build a relationship, in my opinion. I guess that's a hard take, but I'd rather get to know someone in person than do that.
I don't know, bro. I feel like Tinder's like a hookup thing. Like it's not like a build a
I,
relationship
I think
thing.
that was meant to be that way, but then a lot of people take it the other way, the dating way. You know, like
I'm gonna be real, dude. Nobody that I interacted with on Tinder was like I want to be in a relationship with this woman. Like it was
And
all hookups. That was it.
yeah.
I don't want to know
oh,
your favorite fucking candy. I don't want to know like what you want to be. Like, are you attractive? Okay, cool. You want to meet up? I'm not doing anything tonight. Fuck it. We'll meet up. You know what I mean? Like,
one of those was different for me actually.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I got one that was like, hey, I just got out of a really long relationship. I need to like I'm just looking for someone to treat me better. I'm like, okay, cool. What do you mean by treat you better? They're like, oh, well, they were toxic, blah blah blah. They hurt my feelings. I was like, okay, cool. So I text her for like a week straight, right? We're talking. And we're like getting the conversation out. I find out what she does. Like she works, she graduated early, whatever. Um, so we're talking, and then I'm like, okay, cool. I've been talking to this person for like a week and a half. Maybe like I'll ask him out to go like do something. So I'm like, hey, are you cool with doing something this week? And she was like, I'm busy this week. I'm like, well, whenever you're not busy. And she was like, I'll let you know. My schedule is complicated. So we keep talking. A day goes by. I text her. I was like, hey, you still haven't let me know. Like, when would be a good time? And then from there, she just starts leaving me on red. And it's Snapchat, so you know when someone opens your snap. So like that night, I was like, okay, I'll text her one more time, and if she doesn't respond, like I'll see. So I text her. I was like, hey, so what are like, do you want to do anything, like go out or anything, or like go get lunch or something or coffee? And then I got left on red that time. So I just ended up stopped replying as well. Like if she stops replying, why don't I stop replying? You know? So I just stopped replying. We stopped talking completely, and that's it. That was the whole like concept of the talk.
Yeah, I just think like my whole thing is I just think building a connection that way is just not the right way to do it. Kind of
It's
sucks.
horrible,
Like,
bro.
yeah,
Bro, okay.
And like for guys that are actually looking for relationships, like actual relationships, the better way to do it is just go out and talk to people.
It is. I mean, you're not wrong, dude.
That's how my relationship was. Like, I was at work and she came into where I was working and asked for my number. And that's how
Really?
yeah, that's how we met. Because I worked at a shoe store and I was a manager there.
So
And
your current girlfriend?
yeah, we've been together
Oh,
going on 2 years now. Like, I'm pretty sure she's my forever girl, boys. Like,
oh shit.
yeah. But she knows that too, which is scary.
That is very scary.
But yeah, she just came in one day, and me and then the person I was working with who knew her because they went to school together, and her, we just had like this nice like 15-minute conversation while I was checking her out and giving her like her shoes and her bag
Checking
and
her out.
whatnot. That kind of
And
checking out
checking her
too,
out
yeah,
both ways.
Hey, it was
yeah.
both ways.
And then I left it at that because at that point in my life, I really wasn't trying to get in a relationship. So I didn't ask for her number. I didn't particularly want it because I was trying to just do me. You know what I'm saying? And then like a week later, she came back in because she needed a new pair of shoes, and I just happened to be working that day. Like, who knew? Like, it wasn't like my schedule was consistent. Like, it was just pure luck. She comes in. I'm the only one working at that current moment because somebody's on break. So I help her pick out some shoes, check her out again, and she
Oh,
leaves. And then 5 minutes later, she comes back in and she's like, you could tell she's a nervous wreck, but she walks up to me and she's like, "Hey, I was just wondering if like I could have your number." And I was like, "Yeah, here." So I gave her my number, and then we started texting from there. And like literally, bro, it was the fastest relationship I've ever been in. Like we were like, "Let's go get some food," and so like the very next day, I think, we went and got La Fiesta, like a Mexican little Mexican place. Got some food there, ate there.
like,
What?
no, I said, am I gonna be disappointed with that Mexican food, bro?
Uh yeah, honestly, it's not as good as my family's, so I'd assume. But it's cheap, so
Hey,
exactly.
no complaints there.
All
And she
right,
was trying to
I want to
pay.
get this. Want to get this back on track because we're getting sidetracked.
Let me finish this cute
Um,
story.
okay,
Let
all
us
right, all
finish.
right. Go ahead, finish.
So we go, we eat lunch, right? We leave, and then we just ended up driving around for like an hour, just having a conversation. And then I drop her off at home. She goes to work, and at work she texts me saying like, "I want to see you again." And so we end up meeting up after work and hanging out. And then like the relationship just immediately started there, and like from there we've been going on 2 years now. So it's like
So much easier in person.
exactly.
Yeah, I just feel like my whole point too is I just kind of felt like dating apps in general kind of like throw perception off of like what a relationship should be. You know,
Yeah.
you're getting denied on dating apps all the time. You also lose confidence, which doesn't help. Even though it's not really your fault necessarily. No.
Bro, just be bigger. Like, just have a big dick. Like,
Like, why don't you have a big dick? I don't understand.
Yeah,
just
like I said, I just think today's
Are you-
society with social media, it's just like any social media really, just kind of affects like perceptions of how things should be, you know?
Yeah, no.
And
Especially with like how easily like going back to Randall, like it just how easy it was for me to get a relationship like without using Tinder.
yeah,
It's so much easier,
I'm
in my
telling you,
opinion.
bro. Like, if you have the mentality that Tinder is for hookups, you have a much better time.
right.
But if you go in looking for a relationship, you're always going to be disappointed. Like every time.
I just see so many posts like people put it on Twitter and stuff. And like that's another thing, like people oversharing, like putting their personal diary on Twitter and like
See,
Facebook and stuff. Like that stuff needs to just stay off social media.
can
You
I
know,
can I
like you don't need to share your entire life. You know what I mean?
What
can
can?
I make can I make a point on that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I won't specify people, whatever. So me and my girlfriend were at a party. Obviously, like, anyways, we were at a party. There was this couple there, and this couple is like the type of couple that post shit on Instagram. You know, like they literally like vlog their relationship. Bro, they started arguing like bad, like hella toxic and yelling at each other. And then you have like me and my girlfriend who don't post. We don't like overshare our relationship. Um, and like I have never ever raised my voice at her or like yelled and like you heat like at the party you see these people just fucking yelling at each other who on Instagram show that they love each other. Like social media really like hides how they actually feel, I guess, of each other.
Exactly.
It can.
Hmm.
It definitely can. But even then, like people like I don't know, like I get it, but at the same time, like you shouldn't be posting stuff like on social media when you need to be seeing like a therapist, for example. You know what I mean? Like that type of stuff.
Bro,
Yeah,
that's why
Like,
people are mentally ill because they use social media
yeah,
as a therapist. Like,
yeah. Like you can't just like post a twit longer of like this really, really bad stuff that's happened to you like every other week or every week because I see people do it all the time.
yeah.
You gotta like get help. Like it's not gonna help you, you
It's like
know.
the anime
And
group that
realistically, people are reading that, and like most people are reading that, and if they don't know you personally, they just don't care. You know, like
yeah,
that's the hard
yeah.
truth about it.
dude, have you
Or
guys?
like,
No, you go.
huh?
You go.
I'm just saying like the Twitter longers from all those like emo kids that play video games and they get cut from their advanced teams. They
Yeah.
post like a
Yep.
40-page tweet longer and all of their socials go like there's like a black picture.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I don't know if Cam knows this guy. I'm not gonna say his name because I can't remember it. Glenn and I knew this dude who played like who's been playing Valorant, right? And like, granted, he's younger, and so we gotta cut him some slack. But this dude's Twitter was like gold mine for just molding like emo like sadness. Like every other fucking hour. Glenn, do you remember this kid?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a friend of one of our friends, and like he'd be like, I don't understand. I try so hard, and like I'm so good at any game I decide to play, and I join a team, and like the next day I'm cut, and I just don't get it. Like I'm putting forth so much effort. How come
And
nobody sees that
no
I?
one, yeah, and then like no one's trialing me because I was toxic in the past, like things like that, like every day. Just
I mean, I have a friend like that, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just don't think like in my opinion, this is not the right outlet. Like use like go talk to like one of your friends, right?
yeah,
Or go talk to someone that can like help you through it. Don't ask for social media to help you through it, if that makes sense.
yeah,
Have you
I'm not
guys?
saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong to feel bad, you know? Like
but you
you
don't
could
see me
feel bad
posting
about
it.
that shit.
You don't see me
Yeah.
posting a tweet longer that I'm like suicidal, like bro.
Yeah.
Twitter's gonna tell me to kill myself.
Yep. Dude, that's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say. Have you guys ever seen the whole like someone puts a tweet out like I just can't stand my boyfriend. He never does the dishes. And like you'll see like 20 responses like leave him queen, like he's
Yep.
worthless. Like, bro, he could be the coolest dude ever who just doesn't like to do the dishes.
Yeah.
Like, you don't
Yeah,
know.
like oh, I hate those like they're like leave him. No, I know what you're talking about. I hate those
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Just because you're not in a relationship and you're sad doesn't mean that this person needs to be sad and single. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree.
it's
All right.
wild.
I want to transition over to our last topic because we're getting close to an hour, and this is something that we can all talk about like on a personal level because we've all done this. Um, like so we had a comment on the last podcast video that basically asked like how people can play video games for such long periods of time without getting bored and like why it's so interesting to them. And I want to start it off with Kiro because like what about it makes you like makes it a lifestyle for you, I guess.
Well, see, I'm more complicated because I'm not like you, for example, Glensky. Like you play competitive games. That's just what you do. Like you're
Yeah.
playing an FPS or you're playing like a battle royale or something. And so that's like a whole other kind of mentality you have to have. But I just like video games. Like, dude,
Yeah.
I'll play Valorant. I'll play the Cyberpunk 2077 that just came out. Like, I'll play The Witcher 3. Like, and it's because like you have people out there who love music, right? I mean, I do too, but I'm talking about like they don't make music, they just love to listen to it and they criticize it and they hold it to a high standard. And I'm like that with story-driven video games. Like I believe The Witcher 3 is a work of art, for example.
Mhm.
Like you can look at it, it makes you feel emotions. It's well written. Like it's based on already written novels. And so like I really enjoy like kind of experiencing something that's not your day to day. Like I go to work, I come home. It's an
Right.
adventure. It's the same reason why there's people out there who love the Dune series or Star Wars or anything like that. And so I get a
Right.
lot of enjoyment from like single player narratives because I'm a big story guy. I love movies too. I'm a big movie critic. Like if you any like top 10 movies in the past like 5 years, I've probably seen them multiple times because I'm really big on stories. The competitive side is different, and Glenn could talk a lot on that because he's a former like athlete, and that's like a hobby, I guess. Like, what do you think, Glenn? Like, how would you describe like your
Well,
competitive outlet?
so yeah, competitive side of things, like I like being competitive, right? And like playing a sport in college too, when you leave that, which I did, you got to get your competitive drive stuff settled from somewhere. And so that's why I picked up like competitive Counter Strike or competitive Valorant or whatever I was playing. I mean, I enjoy the games as a whole, right? But like, I gotta get my competitive fix, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it just something I gotta do, and like me and my friends, we can't join a rec basketball league or something like because we're not in the same schedule. So like, how are we ever gonna make this work? Like I would love to do it, but um, I don't know. And I mean, I'm not a big story game guy. Like you said, you're like big on that. I'm not. I don't watch movies a lot, to be honest with you. I'm just a competitive person. So that's why I get my enjoyment out of multiplayer games, I guess. And it's good to sit back sometimes and relax and just play. If you've had a long day and chill out, I guess, so to speak. It's not even just about being competitive all the time. Um, and really, I mean, it can't like it is a lifestyle for a lot of people.
Hmm.
Like there's people that make millions of dollars playing video games.
Bro, how much money have you guys spent on your computers, for example? Or somebody has spent on it for you?
No, all personally bought.
uh, a lot because I've
Like
had like
thousands, right?
three different PCs now.
Probably
Yeah.
like probably like 4 grand, five
Plus, you
grand.
got to add in all the PS4, PS3, Xbox, Wii, Nintendo
Ooh,
Switch, like
that's
all that
pretty.
stuff is
I like that.
all that all
Oh,
that
good.
stuff is counted into, in my opinion, even though they're consoles, right?
Well, like,
Yeah,
is
like
it
the Switch up
Still
there
cheaper.
and Xbox.
Hmm.
is it any different than like being into cars and like spending $2,000 on like a turbo? You know what I mean? Kit?
It's not. It's not, but here's my thing is like our society views video games as bad, right? And like of course you can get addicted, right? There's people that
Yeah,
have died because they've been so addicted that they can't leave their computer,
they
right?
can't stop. They can't stop gaming,
Yeah.
bro.
And they don't get up to take a shit or pee or get food or drink water and they just die.
It's
Like
Bro,
just game.
there's
It's
people
just
addicted to
gaming.
porn.
yeah.
Like,
Hey, don't. Who you calling out?
you know who I'm calling.
Yeah, no, I know who you're
Uh,
calling out. I'm just saying, like, that's
um
horrible.
so
But like, I
our
get you.
society paints it really bad and like I don't understand. I don't totally understand that, I guess.
No, what do you think,
Because for
man?
a lot of people it's just a nice chill like fun thing to do, Like it's
Well,
not
me,
always about playing for 6 hours a day. And sometimes you do get sidetracked and play for 6 hours a day, but like
who's
it's
complaining?
not that big of a deal. As
Mostly
long
just
as you're not,
boomers.
as long as you're still staying healthy, I don't see it as a problem, right?
No, I think that like I think what the person who's commented on the video was asking was more so like, how can you play games for hours on end? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right. And I'm just saying, like, some people don't. I know, understand. I was just saying, but I don't know. It's like entertainment. It's entertainment, right? That's and if you can't get your entertainment out of other things like sports, for example, because you're our age, and you got to get in a rec league, right? And you got to have people to get in the rec league with, or you're not huge into movies, or you're not huge into TV shows. I mean, I guess the whole thing about video games for me too is it keeps my mind like active, like keeps me thinking,
Hmm.
Like when I'm watching a movie, I'm just watching that thing, right? But if I'm playing video games and I'm actually like playing a tactical game, keeps your mind busy and like keeps you thinking and keeps you thinking about all these different scenarios and like I don't know, that's like entertainment,
What do you
I
think,
guess in
Sam?
my
Um, see, for me it was different. For me it was very different. I guess I went into like playing video games just because of I had gotten injured from football, so I couldn't play sports. So I kind of just went into like playing competitively. The thing was though, it definitely the problem. Okay, so I can definitely play video games forever
Hmm.
and like for days. But during that little period of time, it like definitely got at my social life and stuff because I only had time for practice and matches, and so I never like could go out and stuff. But it's definitely something that the reason I can play is just because I like stories, and it's like if I was watching a movie, except I get to be part of it. Um, or like just the competitive aspect of it, like how I personally like playing like comp games, just because I'm like very competitive and I don't like losing. So, it's definitely like a more personal reason as to like why people I know some people definitely won't like playing video games for that many hours, but like I don't know, it helps me, de-stress my mind, especially right now that I'm in college and I'm like killing myself with classes. Um, I do a lot of like homework in my free time and like late at night. So like throughout the day I might play a little bit of video games or I'll like play on my Xbox or something just to like relax. Cause it's not fun looking at calculus for 8 hours
Mm-hmm.
and teaching it to yourself, especially since everything's online now. Or like accounting, uh accounting is definitely like annoying as fuck. So, you know,
No, I think that's a good point. It's a de-stressor for me
it's
too.
definitely a
I didn't bring
de-stressor.
that up. Um, when I'm just like trying to relax and chill out, and like I don't want to go necessarily do anything, I think it's like a good form of like de-stressing, just chilling, relaxing. You know, maybe have a like we do sometimes. We have like game nights with our friends, like party games, like and we just sit there and play for hours and talk. Like it's also a form of social interaction in a way, but because you're actually talking to people. You don't see them, you're not with them, but you're voice chatting with them at least.
You're talking to them.
It's good
Yeah.
for introverts.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely helpful for a lot of introverts. You are definitely right.
Yeah.
Like, dude, let's be real. We have a couple friends, like all of us, who like that's how they interact with people is by playing video
Right.
games.
Yeah, like if you see him outside, like of video games, they definitely won't like react to you in a way.
And it also be just like, I don't know. It just, you don't see them outside of that a lot, right?
Yeah, they're
The
usually
majority of the time spent with them is playing a game, right? But like when you want to hang out with this person and like they're very introverted, that's like the best way to hang out with them. It's like play the games with them, right?
yeah, because that's the only times you'll see them.
Because that's like because most of the time they're not gonna feel like going out and hang out with you, right? And it's not your fault. It's just like their personality.
Dude, John, that's literally John. Like, if I was like, hey, bro, do you want to like go to the bar or you want to go like something I want to do as soon as like COVID chills out and everybody's vaccinated and stuff? I want to go to a trampoline park, like real bad.
Aren't they like mostly closed? Well, here in Texas, they're mostly all like gone.
Texas is chill, bro. Ohio is not like that. Like the
I'm just
trampoline
saying, like
park near
they're
me
gone.
is it's limited. You know what I mean?
Texas is fully open, bro.
I need to move to Texas. But I want to go there. And if I ask John, like, hey, bro, you want to go trampoline park with me? He'd probably say no. You know, because it's just that's not his vibe. Like he'd rather just chill at home, play
That's
some
like
video
Devin
games.
for me, man. Like Devin's a big introvert too. I feel like there's a lot of things that he just won't do or doesn't feel like doing, right? And I still love him, like it's just like we have opposite sides of the spectrum of like what we want to do, right? He's a very like self-oriented, like saying, like chill out but he's also busy now, so I can't really blame him. But like he's still more, I would say, more introverted than me.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Or like I don't know. I have a couple of introverted friends too, but like they don't play video games. They're just weird.
They match you perfectly.
Uh, I don't know.
I mean, I think that like what you could take away from it, at least the conversation, is that it's like any other hobby, and just like somebody can go out and work on their car for 8 hours, or go play basketball for 8 hours, or you know watch movies, work in their garden. Like people can who really enjoy video games can sit there and play video games for 8 hours, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's what we can take away from it. Right, Glenn?
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I just think it's paid like the problem too is that like I said, it's just painted as like a bad hobby to have because of the addiction issues and all that stuff. But if you're as long as you're living a healthy lifestyle outside of playing 8 hours a day, like working out, seeing people, right, and they're fine.
Yeah, as long as you're healthy and
Yeah.
playing. Yeah. I mean,
Health is wealth.
I switched my video games to going to the
That's
gym.
what I'm just. It's just like okay, like this, and then this is a social media thing too. Like, not to get off topic, but it paints like gamers as like unhealthy. I guess you could say, right? I think that's changing a little bit now. Now that people are like seeing that, oh, there's some gamers out there that are really hella fit, dude. Like they,
It's not even elephant. It's just some gamers out there that make like 70 grand a week,
A
and they're like,
week.
"Shit, a week." Like I would, I would marry a gamer that makes 70 grand a week.
Bro,
yeah,
I'd marry a gamer that makes 15 grand a week. Like,
I'd marry a gamer,
yeah.
period.
yeah.
Like I get it, but then again, you have people like that don't do that.
Yeah, it's just like just take it as a hobby. That's all it is.
Mhm.
Doesn't
Especially,
become bad until it's overdone, if that makes sense. And I mean, if
yeah,
it's your job, it's your job, right? Like that's what you do. I'm
yeah.
sure half those guys that it's their job or they make a living off of it, they get burnt out all the time, but they just have to do it. It's their job,
Bro, I
right?
bet most
So
of them are not playing video games in their spare time.
no, they're doing other things. Absolutely.
Do you guys think Summit does other things? I don't know. I feel like he doesn't do anything else.
He just streams, bro.
I feel
Yeah.
like he just streams. Like I'd swear when he takes breaks, I feel like he's playing video games.
But he did say like this is something that he regretted doing. I think you brought this up the other day to me, Kiro, is that he basically said he kind of threw like his life away and his health to like grind to be an influencer, right? And a streamer. And
Yeah.
he regrets it. Like he said there should be a healthy balance between the two and not like
He
So,
also
doing one heavy, like doing the whole like building myself up as a brand constantly 12 hours a day because he has these health issues that are like lifelong now or
well,
something
did
like
you
that.
did you see how he also says he wish he was like pro in Counter Strike and not a streamer?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like he threw that shit away when he like had the whole incident or whatever.
Well, it's like what came up was somebody asked him in his stream. He was like, "How do you become a big streamer? Like, if you were going to give tips to a newbie?" And Summit basically was just like, "Bro, I'm gonna be real with you. Don't grind it. Don't start doing 16-hour streams every single day. Don't like give up the rest of your life for it. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Just take your
Yeah.
time with it." And he was like,
Don't be like
yeah, don't be like me is basically what he was saying because
Slow and steady wins the race, like I said.
the
You
dude was
just gotta,
streaming like 20 hours, bro. Do you remember that, Glenn?
yeah.
Like when Sea
Yeah,
of
he would
Thieves was
stream like
popping
20
off?
hours, go to bed, and then wake up like 5 hours later and then stream more.
Yep. Like I don't know how do you keep doing that for more than a little bit? Like I'd be exhausted all the time.
Same.
And you're sitting in a chair, right? And if we're all being real here, it doesn't matter how expensive your chair is. Your body's not supposed to be here for like 16 hours.
No. Not at all.
yeah. I mean, I'm kind of tired of this chair to be honest.
Straight. Same.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
and the
know.
dude's
I have
blitzed.
trouble sitting here for an hour. So, like, for example, like, if I'm gonna play for 6 hours, right, and I have to play for 6 hours, for example, like, I will get up and take like 6 breaks during that time. Like, I cannot sit here for 6 hours straight.
I'll walk downstairs and walk back up.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I mean, I don't know who can see my cam, who's on the stream, but this is what I do. Like, if you're like in between games, I move my chair back, right, and I do like little stretches. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing, Kiro? It looks like you're trying to get us to dance.
I'm a dancer, dude. I love dancing.
See, I kind of just, bro, literally my ass is imprinted onto my chair at this point. Like you can see the little divots where my ass sits on the chair. But like any stretch I'll do is literally I'll pull up this little pillow or whatever, the shit that goes right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the center of my back, and then I'll lean this shit back. I don't want to fall. That'd be like a
Please fall.
but I'll lean this shit back, right? Like all the way or whatever. And I'll lean it and I'll pop my back.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like and then I'll fucking go walk downstairs. But that's besides the point.
I have to get up though because I'm relatively tall, and so like I can't even do that because my knees will like trap me under the desk.
Are you saying Glenn doesn't have to get up Is
No.
he short?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm short as shit. All right.
No,
Could
dude,
be
dead
worse.
ass.
Could
If
be
I
worse.
lean my chair back, my legs get stuck like under my desk. It's
do you-
insane. Like if I do this, where like you lean my chair back, my legs get stuck here. So like I have to like bend my. It's weird.
I have to scoot back because my legs get stuck underneath. But I'm not as tall. I don't think I'm as tall as you. I'm not even that tall.
Okay, guys. Well, we're at the hour and 5 mark. Is there anything you guys would like to add before we wrap this up? Just based on what we talked about.
No.
I have something off topic.
Okay, make it quick.
It
That's
is
fine.
quick. NBA MVP. Cam, go.
James Harden.
Glenn,
Oh,
make it quick.
shit.
Make it quick.
Say it,
Pressure,
just say it,
pressure.
say it, just say it.
LeBron.
What the fuck? Kick him out.
Okay, where's the kick button? Jokic. I'm thinking Jokic, boys.
Jokic?
Yeah. Why you
Okay.
hating on my boy? I'm a Lakers fan, born and bred, and I'm saying Jokic.
Yeah, well, I'm a Rockets
I
fan.
mean,
I'm
he's
still
good.
saying Harden.
You're a Rockets fan? Oh, I feel so bad for
Yeah. Yeah.
you. Ooh.
We got Kevin Porter Jr., bro.
Oh.
You got Christian
Ooh.
Wood.
No, they're actually Kevin Porter's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
No, he
Christian
is.
Wood's good.
To be fair, in 5
I
years.
just had to pick him up on my fantasy team, off topic, because Jamal Murray tore his ACL.
Yeah.
So,
To be fair, the Rockets in 2 to 3 years will be like good.
Yeah, two things. I was going to say in 5 years, you guys are going to be better than the Lakers. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Number two, can we please have a moment of silence for Jamal Murray? Like, legitimately? Like,
yeah.
all right. Like, rest in peace to that man's career. He was a superstar. He will never be a superstar again.
What do you mean, bro? Jamal
Bro.
Murray.
Who comes back from a torn ACL? Who?
Bro, have you seen it? Did you saw him in playoffs after his wife or girlfriend gives him head? This man's dropping 60.
Oh my god.
Oh my! No one's ever coming back
Dude,
from
I
an
can't
ACL,
believe
dude.
that actually got leaked on Instagram. That
I
was
know.
awful.
Bro, I
You
didn't
guys-
even know what it was, and I was like, who the fuck is this? And I like started doing research. I'm like, oh my god, it's Jamal Murray's girlfriend.
Sloppy toppy, baby.
Sloppy toppy. No wonder the Nuggets got so far in
And
playoffs.
can we just have a moment of silence for me too, since my Pistons will never be good again?
Dude, that's
Like, that's
gone and
common.
past. Yeah, exactly. That's
It's
just.
been common for the last like 20 years.
Listen, man, we won a championship in 04. Not 20, well, 15 years probably, but yeah.
15, 16.
You
17.
don't deserve a moment of
About to be
silence.
17. The only thing you deserve is oh wait, y'all traded Christian Wood.
No, we let him walk. You guys
Sign
signed
and
him.
trade. It was a sign
Then-
and trade, bro. You guys
Yeah.
got Trevor. I think you got Trevor Ariza, and then Trevor Ariza got traded.
Can we
Yeah.
like can the NBA like force the Pistons to just sell their franchise and let's get a team in
Can
like
we-
Vegas?
Can we talk about how Trevor Ariza has been on more teams than fucking Riley Reid has been fucked by like
Oh
random
my
boys?
god. Dude.
I think
Can
he's
we-
like the Repo of NBA players.
Can we talk about how Steven Jackson's still around after beating the shit out of fans and people think his opinion's relevant? I'm just throwing it out there real quick.
Hey.
Can we talk about how Kevin Durant's burner got leaked and like everybody saw him reply to himself? Like,
Wait, are you talking about the old burner?
yeah, like what do you mean the old one? He's
Yeah.
got like 8 of them now.
Oh yeah, I mean it's Kevin Durant. Have you seen his Instagram DMs?
No, I'm not. Are they bad?
Where he called like this reporter a pussy ass bitch.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the Michael Rappaport stuff, right? Is that what
Yeah.
you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, he was telling him to pull up.
You telling him to pull up, dude?
Bro, Kevin Durant's arms are the size of like my fingers. Like they're this thick. And he's telling. I'm sorry, but Kevin Durant could probably beat the fuck out of me. This man's like 6'7". I'm
Dude.
just saying, like
What?
I could. Okay,
He's
I'm
like
backing it
7
up.
foot.
He's like 7 foot. I could actually dive at his knees and I'd probably snap them.
But all he has to do is put his hand out like this,
Yeah,
and
no,
you
he
just...
would hold me. He would
Yeah.
hold me back like that. Bro. That's what I'm saying. He'd probably beat the fuck out of him. But I don't think he's gonna pull up on a 6 foot person. Like 6 foot. What? He's 6'4". The guy he was talking shit to.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll have
he's
to look
7
into
foot.
it.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
yikes, dude. That's a hard yikes.
So we got LeBron, Jokic, and Harden. We'll see who wins that out. So I'm gonna wrap it up here.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for everyone that tuned in to watch it live. We appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably a couple of you out there. It'll be uploaded on Sunday if you want to spread the word. This Sunday, probably around 10 a.m. And we'll be back next week.
Yeah, let me throw a couple things in there real quick. People watching it on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We do read all the comments, and we will always do so. And if you give us good topics, as if we can fit them in, like Glenn did today, we will include them because we're always down to talk about just about anything. That's a big one, right, Glenn?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, well, then we're good.
Cam, thanks for joining us today as well. I know you're feeling kind of shitty after your second COVID shot, but I appreciate you still showing up.
Hashtag immune. Not really, but
Oh my god, we're gonna end it on that one before anything else
Yeah.
happens. All right, all right, we'll see you
All
guys.
right, guys. See ya. Peace.